Hey guys, it's Lazy Nicky back again for another Big Brother recap. Okay, so we left off last time with Frank winning HRH, which was kind of meh. So, pretty much everyone's like, Frank wins by Willie, and Willie's pissed. JoJo and Shane are kind of like, and Brittany, she's shitting bricks. Because she's like, I'm down to play her no matter what this week. So her and Janelle talk, and Janelle feels bad that their alliance couldn't really work out, but they can't trust Willie. And Frank feels offended by JoJo and Shane for sticking with Willie when obviously nothing was going to happen. So it just sucks for them right now. And the three of them are definitely in the hot seat. And Danielle, she's just sitting back, and Dan's like, we gotta seem pathetic, and you gotta float for a while. And Danielle's like, no problem. I will float. But Ashley wants to be the floater, so there could be some rivalry there. Okay, so after that, Willie and Brittany have a little bitch fit in the crane room. And Brittany's like, grow up. And Willie's just being a child about it. He doesn't want to take credit for anything that happened. And he doesn't want to blame anyone. So, Brittany's like, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 because of you. And I don't think that's totally true, but it's possible. So things are looking pretty bad, and they didn't really talk much about nominations in this episode, which kind of, I guess, alluded to the fact that they didn't have nominations in this episode. But on the feed, they were talking a lot about nominating Willie and Shane. So then they have this little scene about Ian and Ashley hooking up. And it was definitely an interesting little break from the game. Because it was just an interesting little moment. And she was asking these questions about what he studies, and Ian's like, hottest girl I've ever been out with, I don't go out much, blah, 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 blah. So after that, it's time for the coaches competition. And Brittany is like, I'm the only coach who's even going to consider trading, and I don't know. On the feeds, they didn't really say anything, but she was thinking about switching Willie for Danielle, because she figured that was the only way people would still go after Willie, because it would knock out Dan at the same time, but they didn't mention that much on the show, again. So it's this thing with these like pants, and it's all 90s hip-hop, so they have to sidestep across a balance beam with cash and place it on this little pedestal. And if your money falls at any point, or you fall off at any point, you are out. And at the end, you have to hit a buzzer while still on your balance beam. So Brittany was kicking ass. She was like 90% done. And everyone else was pretty much still in the very beginning of it. Because you can only carry one block of money at a time. And then as she was going to grab one from her bottommost level of them, she knocked over 2 or 3 bundles of it. So she was out. So then Dan was throwing it again because he doesn't want him and Danielle to be targeted. So it's pretty much between Janelle and Boogie. And Boogie puts his last one on, and because he's a cocky motherfucker, he jumps off his pedestal to hit the buzzer and be all, what, bitch? What? 2 in a row? And doesn't count because he jumped off his pedestal. His own bouncing before he hit the buzzer. So definitely like, what the fuck, Boogie? And Brittany comes with one of her snappy DRs pretty much saying that. So at this point, Dan has no chance because Janelle isn't going to fall off. And so Janelle wins. So Janelle's like, I love my team. I'm not going to switch. So she decides to protect Ashley because she figures she needs Ashley to become closer to her. And maybe rope in Ian. So yeah, at this point, we go in to find that Janelle gets to pick the have-nots, and she's like, Willie, Shane, JoJo, and Ian, since you volunteered, I'll throw you in too. So the 4 of them are the have-nots, and pretty much saying, Brittany, this isn't against you, this is against Willie. We like you. We don't like your players. So, whatever, they go in and they find out their treat is pudding and pork rinds. Fun shit. Fun shit. So, Brittany is like, cool, and Ian likes pudding. He says everyone likes pudding. JoJo's like, pork rinds are disgusting. In her Staten Island little accent going on there. So, shit's about to get real. He's like, Shane, JoJo, team meeting now. And Willie's just flipping out at them, and Shane's like, no. And JoJo was gonna follow him, but Brittany grabs her and says, don't follow him anywhere, ignore him, let him go down on his own ship. Do not associate with him. And JoJo's like, yeah, I know. And then JoJo's in the have-not room with Danielle, and she's pretty much telling Danielle the same thing, that she can't associate with Willie anymore. And Willie comes in, he's pissed. He's bonkers. And now he goes up to the HOH room and starts flipping at them like, I'm going to walk out of this door before I get evicted. I'm going to get evicted my way. And it's about to happen. He's in the kitchen with Brittany, JoJo, Danielle, and Shane, if I remember correctly. And at this point, the feeds are blocked for 4 hours. 4 hours. They just had the coach's comp for 2 hours of it being blocked. So this was like half an hour and they're blocked again. So we didn't know what was happening at this time. And because he was threatening to start fights and shit, we kind of figured this is what was going on. But anyway, so Willie, he starts flipping out. He starts cursing people out. He calls people very rude words. He headbutts Frank in the bathroom, and Ian's like coming out of the shower. And he looks like he's gonna cry. He looks like he's really upset and scared right now. That, you know, he's gonna flip out at him, and I don't know why he ever would, because Ian never did anything to him, but whatever. And then saying, Willie, go to the back bedroom. Willie, go to the back bedroom. And I think when they were saying that, they were going to let Willie stay in the game because he hadn't yet really done anything. This was, I think, before he headbutted Frank. Maybe he did it once. I don't know. But he did it several times. He threw pork rinds at Janelle. He flipped out at them, and he's like, why the hell are you down here? You could have stayed upstairs. Control freak. And then they're like, Willie, go to the DR right fuck now. And he's like, okay. And so he goes to the DR, and they're like, don't sit the fuck down. Go. You're out. You know. Just leave. So Brittany is in the room crying, and Boogie and Janelle like, la la la, life's so happy, motherfuckers. And Brittany's like crying, and they're like, Jen was trying to comfort her, and we've seen so much of Jen this episode. It's like, what the, where was she last week? I'm guessing she's finally coming out of her shell. So, I'm just gonna say that Brittany was fucking screwed. And she's like, I wish I didn't pick Willie, blah blah blah. But I guess Leaving's good. I don't know. She's worried. So then Allison Grodner, producer Big Brother, comes on and says, Willie was removed for violence. You know this, blah 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 blah. So everyone's kind of like, yeah, no shock. And Joe is like, fine, peace, brother. So obviously he doesn't have any hard feelings. It's just a game. Everything's in the game. And he just lost his sight of the game. So, at this point, everything's good. Aside from that, they said, who will Frank nominate? So they didn't show the nominations, which have already happened. And veto's already happened, so we already know who has the veto, for those of us who follow that shit. That was yesterday. So everything in this episode was pretty much Friday, which normally that's how it is anyway, but usually it goes all the way into the nomination ceremony and a little after. So, that's it. Willie got expelled. He tried to play Russell's game in Big Brother, and those games, that just doesn't work. So, I want you to leave a comment down there what you think about Willie's eviction. Do you agree with Ian? Least dignified elimination ever? I don't know. I think Shima was a little more bitchy, but he was a little less classy. So they kind of both kind of tie there. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!